Let's start this again. Y'all, I don't know what it is. It's so much information and me trying to put it in the right order. This is my second video. Just like the last time, but this time I was 20 minutes in and I was just like, it's not working. So I have to do it again. Like I said, if there's a lot of cuts, I'm trying to fix this lash because it's just not working for me. And I did my makeup, but I don't know if I 100% like it. So if I cut a lot, that's because I'm re-looking at myself and be like, do I really like this video? Before we do start into this video, I do want to say that on the last video, there's some things I did want to clear up. The first thing I want to clear up was the holiday that was supposed to happen was the Super Bowl. And Valentine's Day, they were like, you know, right by each other. So it makes more sense in this video than that video why the holiday really didn't mean so much, as well as I did want to state that the timestamp in the last one seemed kind of all over the place. So if I was like, oh, we were waiting for 30 minutes, it could have been like 10-15 minutes, but it just felt a little bit more. So if it was a little bit confusing and you did see like kind of evidence or the receipts in the video to show us like, hey, they seem kind of off, that is why. Before we really start, I do want to say, hi, how goes it? It's me, the real Aja P. Get in this video, and again, please like, comment, subscribe, become a part of the family, leave a nice little comment. I like your lashes, I like your braids, I like your makeup.
I hate your braids, I hate your lashes, bitch. I hate that you gotta make sandwiches at night, bitch.
Something like that is gonna make me feel better because I'm not liking it this time. But without further ado, since we're doing this again, let's get into this video. So as I did say in the last video, we did go to the bar the next night, which was a Sunday. So again, it was during Super Bowl. So it wasn't going to be that many people at this club on the Sunday because it wasn't really a real holiday. Like people weren't going to be off on Monday. So not that many people are going to be out this Sunday because they have to go to work on Monday. So my cousin, she calls me and she's like, hey, do you still want to go? And I'm like, do I still really want to? Because I feel like I did it kind of good the night before that Saturday. I was already kind of lit. But, you know, like he said, free entry, free food, free drink. Why not? You know, for the plot. We keep saying that, for the plot. I'm like, okay, you know, we can go. Let's go to this bar. And we went a little bit later, around like 9-something, 10, I want to say. So we get there and it's not as packed in the parking lot like how it was the night before, but it's understandable because this holiday is not really a holiday and people have to go to work on Monday. So it's Sunday. They're not going to be out. I was like, okay, we're going to go in there and we're only going to have one drink. I always say we're only going to have one drink, especially since it's dead. We're not really going to be here that long. And we have done that before, just gone there for one drink and left. So I was like, okay, it's going to be the same night. We're walking up to the door and we give the girl our IDs. And she's like, oh, for the both of y'all, it's $20. Now, it's dumb on our behalf because I don't know why we did not message Chris, the promoter, the one that said that we were getting the free entry, free food, and free drinks. I don't know why we didn't message him and say, hey, we are here, we're outside, where are you at? You know, let us in. That should have been our notice to go home. But I was like, okay, it is what it is. I just paid the $20 for both of us. It is what it is. So we go to that spot that we were at just the night before. That's in between the both clubs. And nobody's sitting there. So right before we really sit down, my cousin's like, okay, so what are we going to be drinking tonight? So I was like, oh, I don't know. So she's like, on the flyer, they have $3 lemon drops. So we could have that. I was like, okay, have you ever had a lemon drop? She was like, no, I never had a lemon drop. Every time I see a lemon drop, it's like in this nice little fancy little glass little cup. So I was like, okay, let's see what they're talking about here. So we get to the bar, and who do we see at the bar? No one other than Chris. So Chris is like, oh, y'all made it. Y'all actually came. Y'all made it. Well, follow me so I can get you a band. The band that shows the bar's name and that you're 21 and up to get drinks. So we're like, Chris, how else were we going to get into this bar without paying? The math ain't mathing. Like, how else? So we told him, like, we already paid to get in. That's how we're in the club, because we paid the $20. And I wanted my $20 back because you said it was going to be free. I want my $20 back. So he was like, oh, okay. Well, let me get you a drink. Let me get you a drink. So I was like, okay. He didn't give me them $20 back, but he did pay it back plus in drinks. So he was like, what are y'all going to be drinking on? So we're saying, like, oh, we're going to have lemon drops. Now, the lemon drops came, like, they almost look like shots. Like, they were, if it's in the clear cup, it's like that much. Like the small cups, it's like that much. So we're like, oh, okay. Us being dumb and not knowing and never having a lemon drop before, we didn't know that lemon drops have so much alcohol in it. That's why they weren't giving us so much. So we're like, okay, you know, we'll have lemon drops. So he called the bartender and she gave us the lemon drops. Cool. So we're talking to him for a little bit before he's on the move again, because again, he's a promoter. He leaves his cup and he leaves his phone, so we know that he's coming back. So we're sitting at the bar and we're talking. There's a couple of people there. It's karaoke night, so they're setting up for people to do karaoke. So we're sitting there and we're vibing. Okay, cool. So after a while of talking, he comes back and he's like, oh, you know, y'all finished with y'all cup and everything? Because it wasn't, oh gosh, it makes me sound like alcoholics, but it wasn't really much for us. So we're like, yeah, you know, we can get another lemon drops. So we get 2 more each. So while she's making the drinks, we ask him like, hey, is it okay we sit back in the same spot that we were at before, like the night before? So he was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Nobody else sits over there but y'all, so feel free. So we're like, perfect. That is perfect. Nobody's going to bother us. We're going to vibe. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cute. So this is real embarrassing to say in the show, but I used Dove spray and it wasn't dried enough, so it looks like I'm sweating. I am sweating a little bit, but yeah, it's going to show. So I do know, I do catch myself afterwards, but it is going to show that I am sweating. So yeah, sorry, but yeah. He's up, he's gone again because he's the promoter. So we get our drinks and we pour the lemon drop into one. So now it's like 1 cup. I'm going to do a counter of how many drinks we had that night. So we pour that one into that one to make 1 cup, and we carried it over there to where we're sitting, and we are vibing. We are having a grand time, okay? We are having a great time, and we are just chilling. After a while, we finish those lemon drops, and we get a cup of Casamigos and cranberry. So we get Casamigos and cranberry, which is a real cup now, not like the little ones. It's a real cup. And we go back to our seat, and we're sitting down, and we, again, we're back vibing. We are vibing. Music is good. It's outdated, but it's like, it's good, especially for Florida music and everything. T-Pain never goes wrong. So we are vibing. People are walking back and forth. We felt like we were in a VIP section because, again, we're in between where the 2 bars connect. And with that, there is the door to the other bar that's locked because of what's going on, the function that's going on, or the event that's going on. So they don't want people coming in and out for free and everything, and they're not a part of the event. So they locked one door, and this door, or this bar, was still open. Well, people are so used to walking through that they will walk through our section where we're at in the middle and try to go out the other door, but it's locked. So we're seeing more people, or we're telling people like, hey, you know, it's locked, you can't go through. So a lot of men were standing at the entrance to right between we are to go to the other one. They're standing into the entrance, so it almost looked like we had security and we were in a VIP section. Lived for it. Love it. Nobody was bothering us. Love it. We're turning up, listening to music. You know, get money. We're vibing, and a little while after, 2 people come up to us. And just like the last time in the last story, they did, oh, you know, nobody's bothering you, so we're going to come and bother you and hang out with y'all if y'all are all right with that and everything like that, and sit down. Well, the people that are coming is a girl, she's a stud, and this guy. So we're going to name them, I already had named them from the last one I just deleted. We're going to name her, the stud, Anita, like Anita Baker, and we're going to name him Keith, like Keith Sweat. It'll make sense. So we're over there, and they come up to us, and she immediately sits next to me and starts talking, while the brother sits next to my cousin and starts talking to her. So we're like, now we're in 2 groups, kind of split, but we're still sitting in the same area, but we're just having conversation with different people. So I don't know what he was saying to my cousin. All I can tell you is the conversation I had with Anita. So, you know, Anita's like, hey, where you from? How old are you? I tell her my age and where I'm from. She doesn't believe it. Asks me what school I went to. So she's telling me what high school she went to. I'm telling her what high school I went to, where year I graduated, things of that nature, good conversation and stuff. So she's asking me if I'm going to sing because they're doing karaoke. I'm like, I don't sing. I'm sorry. So she was like, I sing. So I was like, oh, well, grab a mic and everything like that. Grab a mic. And she was like, because her brother, I call him Keith for Keith Sweat, because he was singing as well because it was karaoke. So we're all drunk, we're all singing with the people that got the mic and stuff. So I'm like, okay, Keith Sweat, okay, you over there acting like Keith Sweat, why don't y'all get the mic and go up there? She's like, nah, why don't you come up there with us? And I'm like, again, I don't sing. And me and my cousin were like, yeah, we don't sing. We'll be backup dancers though, for real. I'll be
coming up. I've been so much lean. I've been getting stuck. I've been getting hoes. I've been doing drugs. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. I've been riding quick. I've been riding flat. I've been really sick. I've been fucking bad.
But I'll be your backup dancer. He's like, no, you got to go up there and sing something. I'm going to sing something. You got to sing something. I'm like, you don't sing no way and everything, so why does it matter? She's like, I do sing. I was like, you do not sing. So she was like, I do. And she was like, I'll take you to the studio. Again, from the last one. Well, for me, once I start drinking, I start pulling people cards. I don't know what it is, but like I be thinking I'm bad. Like I don't know what it is, but I start pulling people cards. So she's like, oh, well, we could go to the studio. So I was like, take me to the studio. I'll follow you. Take me. I will follow you, honey. Song of the summer is about to be made. You need somebody on ad-libs. I'm your girl. I am your girl. I will be on them ad-libs for you. It's going to be the song of 2024. Put me in the stew. Put me on the mic.
I'm semi, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply. I call it mathematics.
Like I was ready for it. For the plot too, like for the plot. Listen, I was gonna record that for the plot. I was in for it. So she was like, nah, I ain't gonna take you. Cause again, pulling her card. She was like, I ain't gonna take you. You ain't really want to go and stuff, but I'm really a singer. So she pulls out her phone and she brings up one of those files, the little files for music and stuff. I don't know how else to say it. I'm sorry. But she pulls up a file and me and my cousin are listening to it because I put up to my ear and my cousin, she leaned over. Now I realized that she leaned over because she didn't really want to talk to Keith like that. I thought Keith was cute, but she didn't think so. And now I know why. You're going to have to hold on for that. We're listening and we're like, okay, like she does sound good. She sounds very Afrocentric, almost like the song Bloom. Something of like that kind of sense. So I was like, okay, it sounds really good. Like, get on the mic then. Get on the mic. So we're laughing and joking and we're talking about like zodiac signs. That's a great conversation piece. They both said like they were both Scorpios and their brother and sister. And they're like only like not even a month apart and how many siblings they have and things like that. It was actually real good conversation. So after a while, my cousin and me, we're so freaking stupid. We chugged the rest of our drink for the Casamigos and cranberry and everything. And my cousin was like, let's get another drink. That is her problem. When my cousin feels lit, she be like, since I'm already lit, might as well get lit-er because you can't get past too lit. So I'm already lit. Let's get another drink. We're already on this vibe. Let's keep riding. And my problem, why I call her my evil twin, is because if she do it, I'm going to do it too. If you jump, I'm going to jump too. 1, 2, 3, let's jump. Like, for real. So when she's like, let's get a drink, I'm like, what we drinking? So she was like, okay, let's go back to the bar and like get some lemon drops. So we're like, hey, do y'all mind? Like, are y'all going to sit right here? Still sit here? We're just going to go to the bar and come right back. And they're like, well, we'll sit here if y'all come back. We don't want to sit here and y'all walk away from us and don't come back. This bar is only but so big. Where else we going to go that y'all can't see us? We're not leaving right yet. So what do you mean? Telling her like, hey, I'm going to leave my jacket. We'll be right back. So we leave and we go to the bar. Again, they're doing karaoke. It's still a great vibe. We're getting lemon drops, like 2 things of lemon drops again to put in 1 cup. And we are there. They got the karaoke. We're singing with the people that's doing karaoke. They're doing Beyonce. It's a great vibe. So after we finally get our drinks, we go back and they left. Like they wasn't there anymore, which we were okay with because we came there by ourselves too. It was just a good vibe. So we come back and we are lit. We are vibing. Eating hibachi. Like we are vibing. A little bit afterwards, that's when they come back. and they're sitting and they're talking to us, and he's trying to spit game at my cousin, and she's trying to spit game at me. And she even said, she was like, I don't know if you the type of same field that I am, but this and this and this with relationships and stuff like that. And it made me almost spit out my drink because it was so funny how she put it. And in a way, I didn't have the time to tell her, like, I'm not in that field. High key, I'm just being a wing woman to my cousin while she talks to your brother, or while your brother talks to her, because she didn't want to talk to him really. So I was just like, I'm just a wing woman, I'm just here. But the vibes were good. She was like, oh, well, we finished our lemon drops. We are some drinkers. That's our family. But we finished our lemon drops. And she was like, no, we were about to finish our lemon drops. And she was like, okay, well, let me get you another lemon drop. Let's get someone else to drink and everything, because I do my liquor straight. I like my liquor straight. And this ain't nothing. Like, this is that fruity stuff and everything. I don't want that. Meanwhile, her brother was still on the same cup. Now, me and my cousin, we finished, because they came when we had our lemon drops the first time. We got another cup. And we had our Casamigos. You finished our Casamigos. And it's just like, we got more lemon drops and y'all still on the same cup. So I'm like, y'all saying that, but we're downing these drinks. But y'all are not, but we're downing these drinks. The math ain't mathin'. But she was like, let's get, more drinks. I'm gonna get y'all some drinks and everything. So me and my cousin, we're like, cool. We're like, cool. That's no problem. We are vibing. So she leaves. And her brother is still there talking to my cousin a little bit. And right before she left, my cousin had went to the bathroom and came back. Then Anita had left and she had went to get the drinks. When my cousin was there with me with the brother had then left. And he was like, hey, I'm going to the restroom. Can y'all like wash my drink? He put like a little a napkin over, and he's like, I'll know if it been messed with, which is smart and everything like that. Don't trust no females because we don't be trusting y'all at the club. So makes sense. So he goes to the restroom. Anita comes back with the drinks for everyone and the bartender. So she's like, where's my brother? Where's my brother? I'm like, oh, me and my cousin both say, hey, he went to the restroom, but he's going to be coming right back. So she was like, okay. The bartender was like, well, I can't wait for him to come back, so I'm going to take the shot with y'all. She took it, and then she had left. So me and my cousin were just there with the drinks, and the brother comes back. Great conversation. I cannot remember every conversation that we had with them, but it was good conversation. Run very, very smooth. We talked to everyone. Like, I would talk to Keith at times. My cousin will talk to Anita at times. I would talk to Anita. She would talk to Keith. It's like we all had a good conversation, all of us. So after a while we're drinking, a fight breaks out on the other side of the bar. That bar was still open. Even though the doors were closed, that bar was still open. So we see that the studs are scuffling, honey. They're not fighting, but they're getting like close. They're arguing and they're getting close, like they're about to fight. So we get up, because there's like a window, a double window. That's what it's called. Like a double window when you can see out, but nobody can see in. Sorry. But we're looking out and we're seeing them getting all loud, and Chris goes out there and he's trying to break it up. I said, go ahead on, promoter and everything. He's out there. He's breaking it up and they're getting all rowdy and everything. And me and my cousin, we're just by like the window with our drinks. Like, what is going on? Like, they are fighting. The girls are fighting.
What is the tea? The girls are fighting. No!
So we get back to our seat after it done calmed down. People are still singing because it's karaoke. We're seeing the people that were singing. We're telling them like they sounded so good and everything like that. Anita gets up and Keith gets up. And Keith is like, hey, he's telling my cousin like, hey, I got to go. I got to make some plays. I got plays to make, and, I'll just have to see you around. I'll see you later, because we got to go. So my cousin's like, okay. She didn't really care too much, because she just wasn't feeling no dude. But she's like, okay. Anita, she really didn't say much to me. She was just like, hey, y'all get home safe and everything. Cool with that. So after that, what my cousin do? Let's get a drink. Let's get another. No, I think, what's his name? Chris had came by us again afterwards. Well, he was passing us by, and we were like, well, what happened? What was going on? Who was fighting? And he was like, nothing, man, nothing. Them studs just want to fight. They just want to fight and everything. They was just talking. They didn't really do nothing. So we were like, oh, as long as you cool. So he was like, yeah. So I don't think Chris had asked us then at that moment. No. So we had 7 drinks. But my cousin, that's what it was. My cousin was like, let's get another drink. And at that point, I'm like, honey, I'm feeling it. Like, I am feeling it. So all together, we had 7 drinks so far. Yeah, we had 7 drinks so far. The thing had closed at 2. So I really want to say we got there at... yeah, we had to get there at like 11. Yeah, we had to have gotten there like at 11 or something like that. So, because the event was supposed to close at 2. But the thing that happened, so cut back, they leave and we're chilling for a while in our section. So after we're chilling for a while in our section, my cousin was like, hey, let's just move. After the fight and everything, she was like, let's just like move around. So I was like, cool. So we moved from our section to these tall tables. High tables? Yeah, high tables. And we're sitting there. We're closer to the DJ booth. We're closer to the dance floor and everything like that. They're still doing karaoke. And people are having a ball. They are walking around having a ball. We saw this other lady in one of my recordings. You could hear me call her auntie because she was an older woman. And I love older women that dance because they want to dance. Like, I don't care what the music is. I don't care if there's people on the dance floor or not. I'll be the only person on the dance floor. I want to dance, so I'm going to dance. And I love people like that. So you could hear me in the recording like, okay, auntie, get it, auntie. Yes, auntie. Auntie looked like she just got, it was a Sunday. It looked like she'd been out all day since brunch because she had like attire like she went to brunch. She had a hat on that gave very much brunch-like. And this dude was walking around the bar in her hat singing. Like, I think it was Keisha Cole and to Beyonce and Destiny's Child. It was a vibe, y'all. It was such a great vibe. We are lit. We're hyping people up while they're singing because we are drunk, y'all. We are drunk, okay? So that's when my cousin was like, do you want another drink? And I'm like, yeah, I can't do that, honey. Like, I can't. We are drunk. Like, she said it, and I was like, oh, I can't do it. Like, I can't do another drink. I can't do it. But again, when she be lit, she be like, I'm already lit. So I was like, what are we going to do? Like, let's turn up. We are lit. So we're sitting there at the tables, singing with everybody else during karaoke. It's almost 2 o'clock. Like, if it is, it's 1:45, if that. Yeah, it's like 1:45, 1:30, something, 1:45. And all of a sudden, 5-0 start walking in. 12 start walking in. And like 3 at a time, they're like walking in. And we're like, what's going on? So the DJ was like, everybody have a great night and everything. Thank y'all. He says the police station. So it's like, thank y'all LAPD or something like that. Like for coming and doing their job and doing their due diligence and making sure the people are safe and everything like that. So Chris, because he's the hostess as well as the promoter, he gets the mic and he's like, hey, we need y'all to leave like now. Like, they're shutting this down. We need y'all to leave. Y'all need to go. So we're like, dang. Okay, I guess it ain't no party until police come and shut it down and everything. But they wasn't rowdy. Like, the police wasn't rowdy. They just kind of came in, made sure everybody was all right, and they kind of walked out and made sure everybody walked out and was out the parking lot and stuff. So my cousin, again, like a faucet, when she starts drinking, she got to pee. So she was like, well, I got to pee, while they were telling everybody to leave. So she went to pee, so I had stood outside. And I'm waiting for her by the door. So she finally walks out, and we're walking to the car, and we are lit. She was like, we're going to have to sit in the car for a little bit so I can get my life together. I was like, girl, I understand, because I'm done. She drove again. So we get to the car, and while we're walking, she's like, oh, there goes Keith and Anita. We're parked here. Yeah, if we're parked here, they're parked like catty corner to us. And she's like, all right, y'all be safe. We had a great night. Nice meeting y'all. Things of that nature. So Keith, he kind of jogs over to her and he was like, I can't leave. I can't let you leave without like getting your number or your Instagram so I could talk to you and everything. So they're getting their information and stuff. And she was like, well, what are y'all doing for the rest of the night? Like, the night is still young. Baby girl, we are 7 drinks in, okay? We are 7 drinks in, and it's almost 2 o'clock. We need to go to sleep. Like, we need to go to bed. Go to bed, honey. So she's like, well, what's the move? Like, it's still early. I'm still lit. Like, what's the move? And me being right there with her, I'm like, yeah, what's the move? What's the move? Because I'm all right. I'm feeling all right at this point. I'm drunk, but I'm like, I'm feeling all right. Like, what's the move? So that's when Anita is coming like a little bit. So he was like, well, we got to get out the parking lot. So meet me at the gas station, which is like legit. I won't even say around the corner. It's down the road from, you get out the parking lot and go down the road and there is the gas station. So he's like, meet us at the gas station. We'll figure it out then. We'll talk then. So my cousin's like, cool, that's no problem. So Keith is like running back to the truck. And that's when Anita like talks to him. He's like, hey, what's the move? What are we doing? And everything like that. So he's telling her, we get in the car. It was at that moment when I knew I had freaked up. As soon as I sat down, that drunk said, that drunk hit me hard. Hit me. Like, it hit me hard, okay? Again, I'm not driving. I'm not worried. We had went to the gas station down the road, and we parked, and in my head, I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, I can't survive. I can't do it. Somebody help me. I can't do it. I can't do it. So he parks up. Again, she's driving. So he parks next to me on the passenger side. So we roll down our windows. And he's like next, he's in my window. He's like this. And he's like, sorry. He has his arms on the window. And he's like, you know, sorry, this is my work car. So I have to drive my work car. And he said that before when he had ran over to my cousin the first time. And me and my cousin were like, why are you apologizing that you're in your work car? Like, you got a job. We always say we love a working man. Like, working for the city, thank you. You're working for the city. You are working. You're working so hard, you barely have time to talk to me. So I know you don't have time to talk to other females. I love me a working man, especially for the city. So we're like, we're fine. He was like, yeah, if you need anything fixed right now, I got the wood in the back. He's like, I got the wood on the trunk and everything, screws and all that. So if you need anything fixed, I can fix it for you. I'm your handyman. I got it and everything. So I am cackling, laughing. I am dying laughing. While that is going on, Anita pulls up, but she is on the driver's side by my cousin. So she talking to her. She's like, yeah, you know what? I think we should switch. Let's switch sides. Yeah, let's switch sides. So the brother's like, yeah, let's switch sides. So they switch. And while she's switching over, she's like, yeah, because I want to get to know you. I want to get to know you. So I'm drunk. I'm like, you want to get to know me? Oh, so you want to get to know me? She's like, yeah, I want to get to know you. To be honest, I kind of don't know what she was saying at that point because I kind of zoned out in the conversation of what was going on between my cousin and Keith, because he was like, oh, you know, I'm going inside real quick. I'm going inside the store real quick. I'll be back. So she's like, oh, give me a black and mild. I said, oh. Oh, you smoke black and milds? And she was like, nah, I don't really be smoking black and milds. I only do that when I'm a little bit tipsy and everything, but I'm not even really that drunk because that was nothing but juice in there. Because you know me, I don't chase my liquor. That was nothing but juice in there. So, you know, I need some real alcohol. If that was juice in there, I got premium. I got organic, okay? It's coming from Green Wise. The juice is straight from the fruit that I was taking because, honey, that was pure. I am drunk. So if you saying that was juice, I got the best kind of juice. Tampico, Tanjango, Minute Maid ain't got nothing on this because I am drunk. And she got the nerve to be like, yeah, this ain't nothing. So let's go to the liquor store. Let's go to the liquor store and buy a bottle and let's vibe out. Ma'am, what are you talking about? So in the midst of her saying that, her brother had went inside the store and he got a black and mild. He's coming back out. He's freaking it. And he's coming back out and talking to my cousin. And this is how I know my cousin was drunk. Cause she was like, yeah, let's get a bottle. Let's get a bottle and everything. And I'm like, I can't do that. Like, I can't do, in my mind, I'm like, I can't do it. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I cannot go past go. I cannot collect $200. I cannot do it. So the brother's like, yeah, let's get a drink. Let's get a bottle. Let's get a bottle. So the Anita is like, yeah, let's get a bottle. ABC liquor stores, it wasn't ABC, but ABC liquor stores, they close at 2. Ma'am, it's 1:53. It's 1:53. That is on the other side of town. It takes at least 20 minutes to get there. You know good and well by the time we get there, the liquor store is not going to be open. So we're talking, we're like, it's not going to be open by the time we get there. Like, nah. And then where are we going to go? Like, because my cousin, she was adamant. She was like, yeah, we'll chill with y'all, but we ain't doing nothing with y'all tonight. I mean, I wasn't going to be doing nothing with Anita, no way. But I guess she was really trying to make sure that because I'm with Anita, she knows that I wasn't going to do nothing with Anita, that Keith, I'm not doing nothing with you. We just vibing. So he was like, yeah, we good people. We ain't gonna do nothing to y'all. We good people and everything like that. Just chill. We're just gonna chill and stuff like that. Da, da, da. So she was like, yeah, we're gonna get this bottle. So my cousin and we're like, okay, well, if we gonna get this bottle, then we need to go because it's almost 2 o'clock. Where we gonna get this liquor? If it's gonna be closed, where we gonna hang out? Because we said like a park, but she was like, Anita was like, I'm more of a classy person. Let's go to a lounge. Let's buy a bottle and go to a lounge. Ma'am, it's about to be 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to function. I don't want to go to no freaking lounge. Like, we would have been better going to this park because it's open air. We could have, like, calmed down or something. But she was like, you know, I'm grown and I'm more classy and everything like that. So let's go to a lounge. We could, like, relax and everything like that. Da, da, da. So my cousin was like, okay, if we're getting this bottle, then we got to go because it's almost 2 o'clock. So they're like, yeah, let's go. Just follow us and everything. So she was like, cool, we'll just follow you. So it was Keith in his truck and then Anita in her car. And then we were behind her. So it was like a 3-car lane drive follow. Anyway, so we're following her. And in the midst, me and my cousin both was like, we can't do it. Like, we can't do it. We are drunk. We can't do it. We just can't. We can't. So we get to this certain point and my cousin rolls down the window and she's like, yeah, we go home. And she keeps drunk. Like, she passes them. They're in the turning lane and we're going straight. And she's like, yeah, we're going home. And she keeps passing them. She was like, yeah, I got his Instagram. So I'm going to message him. I'm going to DM him tonight and let him know, like, yeah, we were just drunk. We couldn't do it maybe another time, stuff like that. This is where it gets embarrassing for me. So we get to my cousin's apartment and she's like, all right, girl, because she got to pee again. So, and I got to pee too. This would probably be my first time peeing that night. Yeah. So I got to pee too. So she was like, yeah, girl, I got to go home. But my thing is like, I'm lit, y'all. Do not be drinking. Allegedly, we were drinking under the influence a little bit. Allegedly. So she switches seats and allegedly I've got behind that seat and I'm just like, I'm lit. Like, I can't do it. So since she lives in an apartment complex, y'all, why I went around the corner. I had to pee. So I peed freaking behind the trash dumpster, like the big ones and everything like that. I had to pee. I couldn't hold it. I could not hold it. I said, yeah. And it was bad because where I was going to go initially, I was like, it's an alleyway, so nobody's going to see me. I'm going to park the car and I'm going to pee and I'm going to be fine. I could not hold it. I went around the corner from my cousin's apartment. Not complex, the apartment. And I had to pee. I said, I cannot do it. I can't. So after leaving there, I'm like, okay, I'm cool. I'm lit, but I'm in like autopilot. So I know how to get home. I'm still mentally I'm mentally coherent. I'm there. But it's just I'm lit. So I'm like, okay, I'm driving home. And I'm like, oh, I got the air on and everything like that. And at this point, I'm just ready to pass out. I was like, let me just make it home. I just need to make it home. It takes me 20 minutes from from where we were initially. If I went home, it probably would have only took me 10 minutes of that to get home. But I had to drop my cousin, or my cousin had to go home first. So now it made it a little bit longer. So now it's like 20 minutes to get home. So I'm driving there. I'm like, I just want to go home. I'm just ready to pass out. I'm ready to go home. Y'all, I am around the corner from my house. Legit, maybe 2 minutes from my house. And all of a sudden I feel, y'all, I feel the, and girl, after that, I just remember hitting on brakes and swinging my door open and just, yeah. Thank goodness it was like almost 3 o'clock in the morning. So nobody is home. Like, nobody's on the roads or nothing like that. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm just, oh no, yeah. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So I close and I'm going down. I think I drove maybe 5 feet, if that. I think I drove 5 feet, if that. I slam on brakes so hard, my whole arm hits the horn, and I'm opening the door again. And I'm, yeah. So after I finish, I close the door and I go around the corner and I make it to my house. And y'all, I come home, I wash off this makeup. How did I do that? I don't know. It was probably the sloppiest wash off of makeup I ever did. And I passed out. I went to sleep. I went to sleep. Too much. It was too much. So at the end of the counter, you see that we had 7 drinks. Yeah, 7 drinks. We had 6 lemon drops and 1 cup of Casamigos and cranberry. Done. It was just a real crazy night, y'all. It was a real crazy night. She lied about talking about she was going to take us to the studio and everything. Now, what makes it crazy too is the reason why my cousin didn't want to talk to Keith. She was like, one, the height for her, they were probably around the same height, and she didn't want that. And my cousin, she's not like, oh, she's tall, but she's on the tall side. Me and her about the same height. So she was like, he was short. And on top of that, when she had looked back, or when she was going to, she messaged him when she got home saying like, hey, she made it home, y'all be safe, we were just, you know, drunk, we went home. Come to find out, she accidentally messaged Chris instead of Keith. So when she woke up and, you know, he didn't say, well, he had said like, oh, we'll have to hang out next time, sorry you couldn't come, or something like that, da da da. She was like, it wasn't making sense. That's when she realized she messaged freaking Chris instead of Keith. So when she went on to Keith's Instagram, she looked on his bio. Tell me why this man had 7 kids. He had 7 kids. So she really did not feel him. And I'm like, oh girl, I definitely understand. Like, you wasn't feeling him before, it was and now you're really not feeling, because you had 7 kids. You are not going to make me another baby mama. Like, oh, no. She was not feeling it. She was not feeling it. But they were a good vibe, though, I will say. I kind of wish that we did go to the studio. That night would have been so much different, because we would have stopped drinking right then. I would have been drunk, but not as drunk as I was then. And listen, going to the studio would have been lit. It would have been lit. Who's to say? Maybe another time. Alrighty, y'all, that is all I have for this story time about the part 2 of the crazy night and how she almost took us to the studio. Y'all, it was really one for the books. Like, me and my cousin talk about it all the time, and it's just like, it was so much fun. Like, we were drunk, we were lit, the music was good. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. If y'all did like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, okay? It goes a long way for me, as well as, you know, leave that comment. We like your braids. We like your lashes. We like your makeup.
I hate your braids. I hate your lashes.
That is our thing now. Become a part of the family, because we are familia over here. We are family, okay? And also, if there are some other videos that you want me to do, please put that in the comments below. I do look at them. Share this, okay? Show this to your mama, your grandma, your granddaddy, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your cousins. Show them to everybody so that they do become a part of the family and be like, okay, she's funny. I like her, okay? But until then, I will talk to y'all later. See you another time. Love you, mean it. Bye.